So Drewski, extraordinaire, comedian, sketch writer, host of Could Have Been, Would Have Been Love, you know what I mean, is getting arrested. Why he's getting arrested is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. This guy is rich and famous. He's riding around with a suspended license and no insurance. Like, what are you, dumb?
On October 21st, 2024, Atlanta police spotted a 2023 Hummer EV running a stop sign. After running the tag, they discovered the driver had a suspended license, and the vehicle was registered to comedian and influencer Drew Disboards, known professionally as Drewski.
Drew Disboards. Drew Disboards, right? That's a crazy fucking name. Drew Disboards. What is Disboards? What's that last name? Disboards. Somebody look that up. You look that up and I'll give you a free shout out on the show. You can be, I'll put your name at the ending credits. You'll be the only one. You look up what Disboards, what race is that so we can make fun of it. This man just blew past the stop sign.
It is not an excuse for you to run these stop signs.
Look at this dumb asshole. This cop. Woo! There you go. Hit him. Book him,
After
Samo.
about 2 minutes, the officer made it clear he was pulling the vehicle over.
Oh, shut the
Once he
fuck
activated his lights and sirens, Drewski's vehicle complied and pulled over shortly after.
I just feel like I've pulled this vehicle over before.
up. I feel like I pulled this vehicle over before.
Yeah, 72
Look.
6090 IB.
Wait until you see the
On
car.
a
Like, wait
white
until you see
color.
the car from his body cam. And
Hummer
he's going,
EV.
I think I pulled this vehicle
truck.
over before. I think I may have seen this vehicle before. Watch this shit. This is insanity. This is, when you see the car, you're going to be like, we should never give famous people money. Look at this. What is this? This is an EV. This is a Hummer electric vehicle. He has the whole thing camouflaged the fuck out like the shit is sweet. You know what I mean? Like, this is insane. And it's not even like the camouflage like you would think, like the patchy camouflage that people are used to seeing. This is like the real shit. You know what I mean? This is like what a real man who deer hunts would have, the camouflage, where it actually looks like you're looking into the woods. Like, it looks like you're looking at trees and leaves. Like, if this thing was parked in the middle of some woods that were this color, you ain't seeing it, you know? But the irony in this is that it's a EV Hummer. You can't go deep into the woods. You can't go balls deep into the woods like that with an EV. The thing will lose charge. You'll be stuck out there. You can't bring extra cans of gasoline like you can with the gas guzzler the American way. You know that? So it's ironic because this guy is never going to be on like a hunting trip worth the shit. Not that Drewski fucking hunts, you know, the host of Could Have Been, Would Have Been Love, you know, that dude ain't hunting nothing. He might go to the club so he could hunt some puss, you know, but he's not hunting a deer, not anytime soon.
So I'm Officer Lynn with the Atlanta Police Department. I pulled you over because you rode through that stop sign right there at IB and North Straff. Okay, now when I run the registration, it comes back suspended and no insurance. Every insurance.
See, now in a normal situation, the cop wouldn't even have said, oh, when I ran it, it came back suspended. The cop would have went to the car. As soon as he would have saw the complexion of this man's skin, he would have pulled his gun out and been like, freeze, motherfucker. License is suspended. I got reasonable suspicion. Get out the fucking car. You know, that's normally how they handle these situations. I feel like this cop knows this guy. You know what I mean? When I first watched it, I was like, I think he knows who Drewski is. The way he's like sitting there like, you know, I pulled you over and it says it's suspended. Yeah, I know. What are we going to do about that? Like, no. Normally, the cop would be beating this motherfucker with a nightstick by now. And instead, he's acting like a bitch, you know? Now, listen to this. This guy, he goes through this whole thing, right? We're going to skip ahead a little bit because we don't got time for all this bullshit. He's going through this whole thing with him, right? With the officer, who we respect. And he's like, oh man, I can't go to jail right now, bro. I got this thing, bro. And like, if I go to jail, it's just gonna fuck up the whole thing. We're about to get on a flight, bro. This cop calls his fucking sergeant to try to help Drewski out to let him go free. The suspended license, he also has a failure to appear for it. So it's obvious he doesn't respect court dates. This guy's too busy doing should have been, would have been love. You know, so it's like he doesn't got time for this shit. Which is why this shit's suspended in the first place. So he calls his sergeant not once, not twice, 3 different times to try to help Drewski out. What the fuck? What happened, man? They didn't do George Floyd like this. They didn't call George Floyd's fucking references to go like, hey, man, like, should we help this guy out? You know, maybe we should let him go and he'll come back for the next one. No. They took force, and we all know how that ended up. Now look at Drewski. This guy about to call his goddamn sergeant.
So I pulled over.
Listen, he goes, hey, Sarge, sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up.
Hey, Sarge, I'm sorry, didn't mean to wake you up. So I pulled over Drewski, the comedian. Yeah, I mean, too, he's got a, so basically he ran a stop sign in front of me.
Right there, Sarge goes, okay, arrest him.
Over here at OIV in North Stratford. When I run the registration, it comes back suspended.
Okay, he ran a stop sign, the registration comes back suspended, arrest him.
No valid insurance, but I was able to verify
no valid insurance, he ran a stop sign and the registration is suspended, arrest him.
The insurance for the vehicle, so he's good on that. But he's got a suspended driver's license. So I'm giving him a copy. I'm taking his driver's license from him. And I'm also going to...
He got a suspended license.
Yes, sir.
And now he's going to have to go.
Look, right there, the Sarge is like, nah, bro, he going to have to go. The Sarge sounds like a brother on the phone. He don't want to cut Drewski no slack. But this asshole wants to cut Drewski all the slack in the world. Put handcuffs on this motherfucker and get it over with, bro. Like, this ain't it.
See, you by yourself?
Yeah. Nobody out here with me. He got a dude in the car too.
Have another unit come out there. He's gonna have to, because I mean we can't just stand courtesy to him and whatnot. You know, that's
yeah. So the guy's like, hey man, if this guy's got people in the car, you're by yourself. Call another unit, slap some handcuffs on him, bring his ass in, do your goddamn job. Now watch, we go forward a little bit. This asshole goes and talks to Drewski. Now he's talking to Drewski.
It's the same tag that's on the reader right now, right? Yeah, SCB 6737.
Look at this. He goes back to read him his license plate. What cop you know would do that for you?
Here's the thing, right? You have an FTA, right, for suspended driver's license. I don't know if you missed a court date or whatnot. But I am going to have to take you in tonight. Okay. I am going to have to take you in for that suspended driver's license. If your man here, if you want, you can release. I verify the insurance for the vehicle.
Nothing that we can show you though, because we have a flight right now. Like that. Literally like a big night, and it's just like if I'm going to jail right now, that's kind of like that fucks up the whole thing that we're doing. There's nothing that we can show you at all.
What, are you trying to bribe him? He's like, there's nothing we can show you at all. We can't show you like a big old sack of cash, you know. We can't work this thing out, man.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, we're like he's back in town on Wednesday.
And then
Let me call my sergeant.
Okay.
And,
let me
we want to do the right thing here.
Yeah. No, I got you.
let me call my sergeant. He says, this is insane. This guy, he has his manager. Drewski has his manager on the phone. He goes, yo, bro, we're going to be back in town on Wednesday, bro. Like, just, you know, we want to do the right thing. Right now, it's Friday, and we're going to be back in town on Wednesday. So we'll see you in, like, almost a week, bro. Like, we'll be back. You know, I know he has a failure to appear. We can't trust him that he'll show up, you know, to court. But we'll be back next Wednesday, you know? Don't even worry about it. Right now we got an event that we got to go to, bro. We're leaving town. We're literally going to get on a plane and go somewhere else. So you can fuck off until Wednesday. And this cop is literally like, oh, yeah, let me call my Sarge. Let me call my Sarge back. This is the one thing that we skipped on the last phone call that he tried to do, right? This, I don't know where they are. I would imagine they're on the East Coast. The sergeant is in California. So he's like 3 hours behind. It's 10:33 right now. This asshole keeps calling his sergeant back at fucking 7:30 in the morning to try to get Drewski off the goddamn hook. Is shit like this is why people don't like rich and famous people, especially when they're influencers and people that came from social media. They can't stand it. Because, I mean, if you think about it, when you boil it down, you're essentially making like all of this money to like do nothing. Like, yeah, Drewski, he's funny, I guess, right? And he comes up with the flavor of love, like knockoff, where he goes, could have been, should have been, would have been love, you know? He comes up with that, yeah, okay, it's kind of funny, but there's a lot of people behind that shit now. This guy started doing like TikTok skits when TikTok wasn't a thing. And I hate to break it to people, but when you're there from the beginning and you get a little momentum, as long as you can keep it, I mean, you can end up like Drewski. Right now in social media, it's hard to make it, you know, because it's oversaturated. When Drewski was hitting it, there was nobody else on the scene. It was like, okay, now he's big. This asshole. And this is what I'm talking about. People, they see rich people like this and they see cops bending over backwards for them. It makes them hate them, you know? And I don't blame you if you hate Drewski. I mean, it's sad to see what this piece of shit has become.
Give me 1 second, all right?
Look at him. Hey, Sarge.
Hey, Sarge. So apparently he's going to a big event. He's flying out today.
I can't even listen to this guy try to explain it. It's like, bro, arrest him. What are you talking about? Arrest him. Now watch, look. It finally gets to the point to where the sergeant's like, bro, I don't give a fuck how many events. Okay, he has a Nike event. I don't care. Arrest this man. We're not cutting this guy no slack. I'm in California, bitch. Like, so the guy finally does his job and ends up arresting Drewski. And wait until you see this. The guy has to, like, secure Drewski and put him in the back of the car, right? And Drewski doesn't fit. I don't know if you've ever seen the back of a cop car. Them bitches are tight. You know what I mean? If you're not a crackhead, you're not going to sit comfortably in that goddamn back seat, especially when you got your hand cuffed behind your back. Drewski not only has his hands cuffed behind his back, but this big-ass motherfucker needed 2 sets of handcuffs to be handcuffed, bro. He's sitting there like a fucking sardine right now in the back seat of this goddamn cop car. And the cop just like kind of sprawls him back there because he needs to put him back there real fast so that he can tell Drewski's friends that they're good to drive Drewski's car home. So now we're about to hit this clip. This is where the cop opens up that sardine can and you see Drewski in there all flopped in there fucking all crazy and shit. Look at this man. It's a sad sight. Wait till you see it. Let that poor man out of there, officer.
Hey, Mr.
Look at Drewski. Look at Drewski, bro. Oh, no. What the fuck? Oh, no, Drewski. This is like horror footage, like found footage. You know what I mean? This is Drewski. This is the last time you ever saw Drewski. He's in the fucking basement. This is the last known footage of comedian and influencer Drewski. Where is he now? His whereabouts are unknown. You know, he's got him in the back seat sprawled up like that, man. Poor Drewski, man. It's sad to see what this piece of shit has become.
Drew, hop out here so I can fix that cuff for you. So the right one is a little tough?
Look at that. 2 sets of cuffs. Now watch, wait until you listen closely to the officer. He starts, because this guy, look at him. That's white. This is a white man arresting a black man, and we have to treat this as a delicate situation here. You cannot make the wrong move. Like I brought up George Floyd before. You know, America, we're still traumatized by that. So you can't, a white cop arresting a black man, a famous black man nonetheless, no witnesses around. No witnesses around. We got to treat this delicate. So what do you do as a white cop in this kind of situation? You want to try to blend in, right? You want to try to be one with your you know what I mean, that you're arresting, to make him feel as comfortable as possible. So what do? You start speaking in Ebonics. You start kind of, you know, adapting the lingo of Drewski. You start talking like a black man. As a white man, this is a very difficult thing to do. So now listen closely to how the cop talks.
Not anybody in the Tesla truck over you. What the fuck is going on? You know they recording.
It's none of their business.
Listen to him. Did you hear that, bro? Did you hear that? So Drewski, you can hear it's very subtle, but he's like, oh, so there's some people over there in the Tesla truck, and they're like just kind of eyeing us all up, trying to figure out what's going on and blah, blah, blah. And the cop's like, it's none of their business. It's none of their business. They don't got to worry about it. They ain't got to worry about it, Shun. You know, this guy, what is he doing? What is this asshole doing? This guy like wants to be part of Drewski's crew.
Not anybody in the Tesla truck over you. What the fuck is going on? You know they recording.
It's none of their business.
And he kind of like, when he says they, he like emphasizes it. He goes, it's none of their business. You know, he's not even smooth with it when he says it, bro. Like, you can't do this shit. This is racism. This is racism.
Hop in there. I'm trying to sit up because I got to put a seatbelt on you.
Fuck, I don't know.
Listen, so now this asshole sergeant's calling him, right? To check in on the situation. He's arresting a man with multiple people in his car by himself. Anything could happen. You know, they could jump this white asshole. And they'd be justified in doing so because he's white. So, you know, nobody would care. They should have. They'd probably get away with it. But, so the sergeant's calling him back to check up on him. This asshole is going to ask the sergeant if he could switch Drewski's handcuffs to the front. This is against protocol, okay?
Hey, Sarge.
Sit up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. He cool.
He does it again. You remember how he said it's none of their business. It's none of their business. And you remember earlier I said the sergeant kind of sounded like a brother. Kind of sounded like a brother to me. So he goes, it's none of their business. Don't worry about those people eyeing us down in Tesla. You know, they ain't shit. So then when the sergeant calls, the sergeant's like, is everything all right? Are you good? And he goes, nah, yeah, he cool. He cool, Sarge.
Hey, Sarge.
Sit up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. He cool.
Yeah, he cool. He cool, Sarge. Don't worry. We're all black brothers around here, Sarge. You know what I mean? You ain't got nothing to worry about. We cool as fuck, dog. We cool as a couple cucumbers, Sarge. Don't worry about it. He cool. This guy wants to be part of the crew. You're going to see this cop on the next Could Have Been, Should Have Been, Would Have Been Love.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. He cool.
Yeah, he cool.
My arms on the left.
This motherfucker is looking like a sardine
Sarge,
back there.
Is it cool if I put his arms in front of him? Because he is a pretty big guy.
Can I put his arms in front of him? Because he's a big motherfucker, Sarge. You know what I'm saying? That's how he wants to say it like that. He wants to be like, yo, this N-word cool as hell, but he big as motherfucker, Sarge. You know, can I put his handcuffs in the front like, you know what I mean? You feel me, Sarge? You feel me, Sarge?
Having a hard time getting in and out of this car.
Oh, shit. Look at that.
Yeah.
Shut the fucking door. Norm, you know why they're having such a hard time he has to call the sergeant back so much? Is because normally in these types of situations, a white cop like this with a big black dude like that, listen, let's just call a spade. Normally, the guy would have shot him by now. You know, he would have been like license suspended, registrations all out of whack. You got 3 dudes in the car. I mean, it would have been a wrap by this point. So they normally don't get to this point of getting the guy into the back seat. Normally, they're putting this motherfucker in the back of an ambulance because they put a couple holes in him, turn him into Swiss cheese. You know what I mean? So this is a alien-like situation. This is a foreign situation to them right now. They're not used to this.
Yeah, we're still having a pretty hard time because
It's good right here.
big.
Look.
Good right there? Okay.
Now Drewski,
All right, never mind.
Drewski finally goes, bro, the longer I'm in this shit, bro, I'm not going to be able to I got to hurry up and get bailed out. They're obviously going to let me go. And, so now Drewski's even like, nah, bro, we good, bro. Just fucking put the seatbelt on me. Let's just get this shit going. You know what I mean?
Right.
So let's give it up for good old Drewski, baby.
And hold my fart like a bong rip.